Some paintings do not ask merely to be seen. They ask to be entered. The Scream by Edvard Munch is one of them. At first glance, it seems simple. A bridge, a burning sky, dark water in the distance, a few human figures, and at the center of it all, a presence suspended somewhere between a person and a ghost, between a body and pure emotion. But the longer we remain inside this image, the more we understand that nothing here is truly still. The sky is not still. The landscape is not quiet. The very atmosphere seems to vibrate, as if nature itself were passing through a silent collapse. To enter this painting is to cross the threshold between the visible world and the inner one. We stand on a narrow bridge of weathered wood, surrounded by lines that do not behave like ordinary lines. Everything bends, everything pulses, everything feels slightly unstable, as though the entire scene were reacting to a feeling too immense to remain inside the human chest. The fjord in the distance carries a deep and heavy blue. The hills stretch in strange, uneasy forms, and above them, the sky opens in flowing bands of red, orange, gold, and blue, as if the air itself were being torn apart by an emotion too powerful to contain. Nothing in this painting feels like a neutral record of reality. Everything here is sensation. Edvard Munch painted The Scream in 1893. By then, his life had already been marked by illness, grief, and an intimate familiarity with the fragility of existence. His mother died when he was still a child, and years later, his sister died as well. These losses never fully left him. In his art, painting was not decoration, it was confession, it was memory. It was an open wound transformed into image. Munch himself wrote about the moment that inspired this work. He described walking at sunset with friends, when suddenly the sky turned blood red. He felt overcome by exhaustion and leaned against the railing. The city and the fjord lay below him. And then, in that instant, he felt an infinite scream pass through nature. Perhaps that is why the figure at the center of the painting feels so unsettling. It does not seem only to be screaming. It seems to be hearing something, as if the sound does not come from its own mouth, but from the world itself, as if the landscape were releasing an unbearable vibration. And this figure were simply the first being sensitive enough to feel all of it. If we walk slowly through this imagined place, every detail supports that feeling. The wood of the bridge feels dry, worn, exposed to the wind. The air feels cold. There is a strange loneliness here. Even with other people present in the distance, they are there, yet they remain detached, almost indifferent. They keep walking, they do not stop, they do not turn back, they do not respond. And that makes the painting even more human, because some of the most intense experiences in life happen exactly like this, in the middle of the world, in the middle of the road, in the middle of what seems like an ordinary scene, while inside, everything is breaking apart. The scream remains powerful because it does not belong only to the 19th century. It belongs to any time in which a human being feels too small before the vastness of life. Fear, loss, anxiety, or consciousness itself. This painting does not describe only a moment. It describes a condition, the condition of feeling too much, the condition of perceiving too much, the condition of being alive, and, for one instant, being unable to protect the heart from the intensity of the world. And yet, there is something beautiful in that, because Munch does not turn pain into dead silence. He turns it into color, rhythm, and presence. He gives shape to the invisible. He paints not only what the eye sees, but what the soul struggles to endure. To walk inside this painting is to realize that every element participates in the emotion. The bridge guides us forward, but also traps us within a narrow line. The sky moves like an expanded echo of the feeling at the center. Water and earth offer no complete stability, and the figure before us becomes less a specific character and more a distorted mirror of something all of us know. Perhaps that is why so many people look at this work and feel immediate recognition, even if they cannot fully explain why. There are moments when the world feels too loud. There are moments when time feels heavy. There are moments when the body remains standing, but inwardly something trembles. It is in that space that the scream still lives, not only in museums, not only in art history, but inside the emotional memory of anyone who has felt reality shift beneath them for a few seconds. Now, at the end of this crossing, the bridge still stretches before us. The sky still burns. The wind still passes through. The lines of the landscape continue to ripple and as if breathing unrest, and the figure remains there, still, open, vulnerable, not as a monster, but as an extreme portrait of something deeply human. Perhaps that is why this painting never grows old, because the scream it carries is not only the scream of one person, it is the echo of what we feel when the outer world and the inner world, for one brief moment, stop being separate